Hi fam, I'm going to do my best to try to answer a question from a girl, and this applies to a guy as well. Although the question is multifaceted and the answer is even more multifaceted, I'm going to give you a couple of key things that I hope will help. Here's the question. How do I get a guy or a girl to not treat me in a certain way, but to treat me in the way that I deserve? You know, it's interesting that the answer is always embedded in the question. It is not about the other person, because I guarantee you, somewhere you have not treated yourself the way you deserve with this person. Meaning you ignored the red flags. You let him slide on a couple of things that you felt uncomfortable, but thought, oh, it's okay, it's not that much of a big deal, because you're influenced to think that way or conditioned that way. And especially with the way the media is today, having a girl initiate, having a girl go up to a guy, having a girl be in her masculine energy, which is logic, it's going to rule your heart, and it's going to rule, most importantly, your feelings, which is your energy receptor that tells you when something doesn't feel good to you. And it doesn't matter why. It's just where you are, it doesn't feel good. Sometimes you don't even understand why something doesn't feel good to you, that someone says or did, or the way they looked or didn't look. But again, if you get stuck in your brain, or if you've seen enough shrinks or watch the media enough, and people are saying you're too needy or you're too sensitive or you're too this, you're not any of that. I repeat, you're not any of that. You are where you are right now because something inside you is starving. If you are sensitive, it's because you're starving for something. If you need, you're starving for something. And although it's not fair to demand it of another person, you must understand that to deny who and where you are right now and how hungry you are will work against you. So in order to answer this question as best as I can, I will say, number one, when you're asking, how do I get them? Flip it and say, where am I not loyal to myself? Where have I cheated myself from being truthful to this person because I really didn't like that they did this, that, or that they haven't remembered this, or that, or they did that, but I'm thinking maybe that's just normal and I'm making a big deal out of nothing. You are making a deal because that deal resonates with you to make it a big deal. So make it a fucking big deal, because that will set your standard. And when you are loyal to yourself, you won't be insecure and need another person, because somewhere you have betrayed yourself in terms of what was important to you, what felt right, what didn't feel right. And as soon as you betray yourself, someone else will betray you. So if someone's not treating you the way you deserve, then what are you doing that is not deserving of you? Is this person deserving of you? Are the things you do with them deserving of you? Does he even notice all you bring to the table, or all you as a guy bring to the table with the woman, the girl? Part of the effectiveness that I have with people, and I'm really blessed that I stumbled on this, is because I'm an international trainer, and I use my HEYOKA empath / psychic abilities, not just to read energies and see where someone is in the dark, why they're in the dark, where they're tangled, where the escape route is, but also, if you were sitting in front of me right now, I would ask you simultaneously while you're giving me this question, why doesn't this person treat me the way I deserve? What other health issues do you have going on? Do you have a thyroid issue? Does your shoulder hurt? Does your right ankle hurt? Because each one of those stands for a thought that I guarantee you is linked into this issue with this person. Your body's trying to give you a clue of what's going on in your mind. But unless you know how to read the body's illnesses and the body's injuries, you're not going to have a full picture. So if I am too expensive for you, and you can always head over to my site, NicoleColeman.com, and look in the service section of a one-on-one, I suggest that you get a few of you, a few other guys or a few other girls, and we make it a groupie. Because when we make it a groupie and each person is paying a minimal amount, all 3, 4, or 5 people get one-on-one with me and the ability to extract this shit and to stop you from continuing the cycle to do it over and over again. Because unless you put a spotlight on it, you're not going to see it. If you're not going to see it, it means it's inside you germinating. That energy is germinating. That vibe is reaching out for the right person that fits the vibe, not fits what you're entitled to. And I say entitled to because you are entitled to a lot more than you think you deserve. What we think we deserve is never as much as what we are entitled to. Because only the world, God, the universe, our heart, our soul knows the beauty of which we saturate this planet with. And every single time you are asking, why did he do this? Why did he do this? Why did she do that? You are leaking light. So in a quick synopsis, the anecdote that I can give to you right now off the cuff without knowing the details, I will examine as a girl, are you predominantly a feminine energy? I'll tell you right now, you're not, because a feminine energy would never allow a guy to treat her in that way. She would snip him in the nuts the second he does that. Because guys don't learn with what we talk and complain about. They're not auditory. They learn by what we say no to. When the guy suggests something and you say no, then he goes and does his homework if he cares and if he really wants to get into you, your space, your life, your body, your everything. He will do a lot of homework and zero in on what makes you fly, what makes you high, what gets you going, what's your passions, what kind of things you value. If it is taking work to be with this person, and especially work where he's on your mind 24/7, thinking, why did he do this? Why did he do that? What? And oh my gosh, maybe it is me. Not only are you leaking light, your light is getting muddled. Your energy is turning into mud. And mud keeps us stuck. Mud is not clear. We can't move in mud. And sorry, we are just in a sad place. So ask yourself those questions. Are you leading predominantly with a masculine energy? Meaning, do you feel you have to make the first move with him? Do you have to initiate things with him? Because then that'll put you in your head. That means you have to really be overly responsible, protective, territorial as fuck. That's why girl on girl hate exists. Imagine fighting over a guy, fighting over a mere mortal, okay? Because you would not need to fight over a HEYOKA empath. They rule integrity. It's the only HEYOKA empath that I'm aware of and that I see in my vision that I hope is over here. If that is not what a HEYOKA empath is, they are not that. Because when you have sacred knowledge, when you have wisdom, when you have gifts from another world, it is a privilege, and it would not be thrown to a mere mortal. So ask yourself those questions. I hope that helps. And again, if you'd like to set up a one-on-one or a couple of you on one-on-one, hit me up on my website so that you can be rid of this shit. Or it is going to continue unless you have another way to bring it to light and unlock those energies inside. So as a domino effect, you behave in a complete different way. Bye for now.